I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I coach people. I work one-on-one with you, hopefully, in order to ensure that your job search goes more smoothly. And sometimes what I'll do in support of someone is to create a video to answer a question, which is what I'm doing today. And the question I was asked basically translates into, I'm doing great on phone interviews. They tend to run long. But my in-person interviews, they don't seem to go as well because they don't last as long. What do you think is happening? Now, when the question was posed to me yesterday, I wanted to think about it for a little bit before answering the question. And I want to start by saying there's different constituencies that are doing interviews. So, for example, the initial phone interview may be done by HR, who's asking fairly basic questions. So, they're asking about you and your experience. They're walking through your background. They're doing some basic stuff. Then when you're getting to the in-person interview, you're seeing someone from the department. Could be a manager, could be a peer, whoever it is. And they're not going through the checklist. They're going, because that's what HR often does, is they have the equivalent of a checklist that they're working with in order to evaluate people for positions. And they want to know, have you done this? Have you done that? What have you done along these lines? And they're taking notes and passing it on to the hiring manager. When you're getting to the in-person, you're seeing people from the department who represent peers, and what they're trying to do is find out whether or not you are someone that they can trust. If you're meeting with the hiring manager, that's part of it too, but they're looking even bigger picture. They want to get the sense of you as someone, whether they can need to worry about you or not, whether you inspire confidence that you're the solution to what they need. And without going into all the details of interviewing that I teach in a variety of different ways, I'll just simply say, obviously you're falling short. Maybe it's you and your answers that become more concise because what you're doing is treating the interview differently, the in-person interview differently than the first phone interview, as though the first person is passing on information that the second person doesn't need to hear because it's in their notes. I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. You have to figure that one out for yourself. There's also the part of, yes, all the cosmetic stuff, how well dressed someone is, how well prepared they are for what the conversation's going to be. If you're not prepared, if you don't have a sense of who you're speaking to and talk over their head or under their head, they dismiss you because they feel undervalued and underappreciated. If your answers are too concise and not thorough enough, using stories as part of how you answer questions, your interviews are going to run short. And these are the real decision makers. So recognize that if the first call is HR, all they're doing is trying to confirm, have you done this? Have you done that? How'd you go about doing this? And they don't have any real ability to take it any deeper versus the next people that you meet with who want to hear the stories about how you did things. And again, I'm taking out the possibility that you're badly dressed, your oral communications are poor, or anything along those lines. With the person who asked the question, I know they're not poor, but going beyond you, to other individuals, some of you may have poor oral communications, and as a result, you don't perform as well on interviews because your nerves get the best of you, for fear that you're going to be rejected because of an accent, that you're not well understood, et cetera, et cetera. And the result winds up being you get nervous, your accent becomes that much more dynamic, yada, yada, yada. So I hope you found this helpful. If you're interested in my coaching you, reach out to me through LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/the Big Game Hunter. Mention that you saw the video. I just like knowing that I'm helping folks. Once we're connected, you can message me about coaching. And if you just have a couple of questions, I don't answer questions on YouTube or Facebook anymore. You have to call me through Magnify, which is an iOS app, MAGNIFI. So where we could do a video conversation, I'll answer your questions, or through prestoexperts.com, and you can call me through that site. Hope you have a great day. Take care.